Steffi, in episodes 3 and 4, you basically wrote a check that you couldn't cash. You weren't as ready to ride as you thought. You found yourself on the corner or F around and find out. You started all of this with Paul. You started it. You came at Paul first. Paul got you back, and then you want to cry? No, no, no. No, that's not how the game works, sis. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. The Circle, season 6, episodes 3 and 4. I'm gonna combine these together because I feel like not a lot happened episode 3, so I'm gonna just lump them all together. So this episode starts off, episode 3, where Max and Lauren talk about the AI player. I kind of feel like way too much focus was put on it because people were so focused on finding out who the player was as opposed to making sure people didn't think it was them, if that makes sense. So Lauren said that she thinks that Paul is AI. Max throws Steffi's name out as being MI, okay? The fact that Max, who is the AI chatbot, is like, it ain't me, y'all. I don't know why that is cracking me up. So we then get Paul and Kyle talking. So Kyle thinks that it could be Steffi. Kyle and Paul both like low-key think that the other person is AI. And this is where I started to get irritated because let's be real, y'all. Nobody has shown any signs of being AI. If nobody would have ever said that, I mean, if like the circle chat wouldn't have even told them that somebody was AI, nobody at all would have ever thought it. But so now all of a sudden, oh my God, it's the person that I've been talking to AI all of a sudden. Oh my God. So Kyle asked Paul, because Paul said he's in LA, which beach do you go to? He gives Manhattan, and I forgot the other name of the beach. And he's like, Venice. And he's like, if you say this one as a single guy, then that means that you're either a catfish or you're an AI bot, because I guess based on demographic, age, whatever the case, that's the beach that you go to. So Paul, on the other hand, Caress, is like, he's trying to suss out and see if I'm real or not. But I also think that he might be AI. See, Paul Caress, is it Karras? Paul Karras is too focused on strategy, game. And what she's doing is she's making Paul seem as if Paul could just be a chatbot that is filtering through answers. She's not putting a humanistic element to any of her conversations. Everything is off rip. Yeah, we got to get this alliance, bro. And I think when you do that, you take away the essence of like just talking. There was no reason for you not to answer that. So instead of Paul, maybe because she didn't know the answer, but instead of Paul just being like, oh, I go to this one, what about you? Does not answer at all, completely avoids the question, and starts talking about going hiking. If Paul makes it through, Caress, if you make it through, sweetheart, you are going to have a struggle upcoming because you have to take some strategy out. Just talk to these people sometimes. But all of your conversations are straight like, we got to win, we got to do this, we got to do that. And it's turning the people off from you, sis. It really is. So Miles and Corey solidify their alliance. She is young mommy Fuego. He's young Poppy Fuego. Cool. Then we get an alert that they are going to have a game where they can prove their humanity. Okay? They are going to vote on who they think is the most human, who they think is the least human. The person that is the most human is, I guess, going to be able to kick out the person that they think is the AI bot. So this all falls on one person. So they are telling jokes. One of the things is they're telling jokes. And Steffi's joke was something like, God, what was hers? Knock knock, who's there? And she says knock knock again. It was like, oops, I did it again. Now, I'm a dad joke person. I love dad jokes. I think even if they're corny, I think they are hilarious. So the dad joke didn't bother me. Didn't bother me at all. But apparently, everybody thought that because she told this corny joke, that automatically meant that Steffi was AI. So they then start saying that all Steffi does is talk horoscopes and talk this and talk that and all this other kind of stuff. So it gets a little catty. I'm gonna say catty because it's Stephanie going against Karis, and I think Karis' slip is showing because as a man, I don't think that Paul would be this upset. I don't think that Paul would be this turned off. I just don't think that Paul would be this about this whole situation the way that she is choosing to handle this, right? So throughout this, Paul goes after Steffi. But Steffi, you started it with Paul first. So now the top two people that everybody thinks is AI is Steffi and Paul. Paul, because Paul does not give the vibe that he is a 26-year-old male rapper, but that's because he's being played by his 37-year-old older sister. Steffi, because all she talks about is horoscopes. I feel like all she talks about are horoscopes. So now everybody is now we're getting a bunch of different chats where everybody's trying to suss out everybody else, and basically it's like everybody wants to get everybody else on one accord to get Steffi up out of here. So Corey, Steffi, and Paul talk about how I feel like that's wrong. How Steffi could be AI. No, it was Cora Cassie. Corey, Cassie, and Paul talk about how Steffi could be AI. And they were like, yeah, I mean, her yoga poses were basic. I said, don't do that. Because y'all was just saying how much fun y'all were having. Y'all was just saying how much fun y'all were having and how this was great. And wow, she's really good. Now because she did basic, downward dog and stuff, now she basic. Now she can't come out and give y'all the real deal stuff. Everybody don't know yoga. So we get the results of the human ratings back very quickly. I feel like it was almost the same damn day, and Miles got voted most human. I would have loved that because you kick out the person that you think is the biggest threat to your game. You don't kick out somebody that is an ally to you. To be real, having a chatbot in the game and on your alliance isn't the worst thing ever. Keep the person that you think is an AI bot. Befriend that person because you'll be able to turn that person. AI is smart. Yes, AI is intelligent. Absolutely. It can quickly decipher things and look up things and all this other type of stuff. But the fact what AI is missing is the humanistic portion. And we see that when they post their videos next. If I was Miles, I would get rid of Steffi. She's a fucking psychic. I'm cussed. My bad, y'all. I would get rid of Steffi. She's a medium. She's a psychic medium. This lady said that she writes horoscopes. So I would take that to mean that she has some type of metaphysical, whatever the case, connection. I would get rid of her. I would get her up out of the game. Why would you go after and suspect Kyle when Kyle has been your dude? It doesn't make sense the way that, to me at least, the way Miles is trying to rationalize this. So they get another opportunity to post pictures in the chat so that they can show that they are human. So Kyle had a really good picture of him on a AV over probably in Dubai, like he was in some sand dunes or something. But he said that you could see his wedding ring. And I kind of feel like you could have said that was the ring from once when you were, well, you don't want to say you were. You could have said that was the wedding ring from when you were engaged, or that you were in a serious relationship and y'all wore rings. You're not in that anymore. You could have played that. But Kyle picks a picture that's kind of far back, and he's going like this. I kind of feel like you should have just zoomed in. Y'all can't ask Circle to zoom in for y'all and crop. But nonetheless, Corey, excuse me, Corey calls him out and said his abs look like AI. Corey says, we root for everybody black at all times. What are you doing? So Corey goes after Kyle, which now has everybody being like, yeah, you're with everybody being like, yeah, your pictures are kind of far back. Oh my God, why would he pick that? So now you got Kyle floating up as being AI. That is not a reason to suspect somebody of being AI. Steffi comes for Paul after Paul posted a picture and said that she doesn't have time for fake people. She thought today was going to be a good day, but I don't have time for fake people. Girl, what? So then Paul comes back when Steffi posts her picture. She posted a picture of her rollerblading and was like, your picture look fake too. I'll be good and goddamn if Steffi starts crying. What are you crying for? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because you started this, Steffi. I think Steffi has to remember. Steffi has to remember you are the one that started all of this with Paul. You went after Paul first because you thought you were just beefing with a random ass young dude that wasn't going to take too much into this, that wasn't going to come back at you. Not realizing that you're dealing with an older black woman. I said older as if I'm not older than her. Not realizing you're dealing with a 37-year-old black woman that is like, yeah, we read down all the time. It's what we do. So Steffi is crying, talking about so everybody knows how nice of a person she is. You started it. You wrote a check that your ass can't cash. That's what it is. Oh my God. I could not believe, excuse me, y'all. I could not believe she started crying. You crying because he called your rollerblading picture fake after you literally just called his picture fake of him performing. I need to know when this was filmed. Y'all don't know who Paul Russ? That is the guy that did the "You My Little Boothie" song that was everywhere last year. This had to be before that song came out, because why don't y'all know him? Did he get famous from the show? I have a lot of questions. So they play another game where they have to tell Miles who they think is AI. Lauren says Paul. Paul says Steffi. Max says Steffi. Cassie says Steffi. Kyle says Steffi. Corey says Steffi. Steffi says Kyle. And then Olivia says Kyle. So there was also a point where Olivia and Cassie were trying to convince Miles that Steffi was not. Olivia and Cassie was trying to convince Miles that Steffi is not AI. I feel like I'm going to hate the AI element. I'd rather they have the celebrities come back or something. I hate the AI element because I feel like too much focus is being put on. We're trying to decipher who the AI chatbot is. And let's be real, y'all, it's not as big of a threat as y'all think it's going to be. So then Corey is talking to Kyle and he called her out and he was like, yo, why did you come at me like that? I thought we was cool. Her reasoning is, oh, I was just trying to spice up the group chat by saying that you have AI apps. This is going to be Corey's downfall. Corey's a super fan of the show. She told us that. Corey is coming into this, and I feel like she's looking at all her favorite players from the past. She's looking at the winners, and she's trying to pull from their games, right? She's pulling from their games. And while she's doing that, she's not playing as authentically as she should. You can tell everything she makes is, okay, well, I've seen this before. So if I do this, I do that. I feel like Corey's going to crash and burn. Having a super fan of something is never a good idea. Talking about she eat, breathe, and live the circle, girl, it's only on for a month every like other year at this point. So we then get to the end. We see Miles is going to send somebody home. We have no idea who it is. I could not believe that we got through the first 4 episodes of this season and nobody has been sent home yet. Kind of dragging the season a little bit. Kind of dragging it a little bit, but let me know what you guys thought about episodes 3 and 4. I had to take down episodes 1 and 2, but I just reposted them this morning. YouTube flagged them for some reason. So go ahead, watch these. Let me know what you guys thought. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. Catch you guys in the comment section. Peace.